Glossy black-cockatoos are incredible birds. They are unfortunately listed as vulnerable in New South Wales and in Queensland. Now the glossy black-cockatoos that we're looking after are the southeastern mainland glossy black-cockatoo, and their range occurs from Sunshine Coast in Queensland all the way down eastern Australia to Gippsland in Victoria, and there are several inland New South Wales areas that they occur in as well. We're trying to help people learn more about glossy black-cockatoos as a species and also learn about their very specific habitat requirements, because if we're going to have a hand in helping conserve them, we need to be very specific in what we do. So to help people with a bit of information to correctly ID a glossy black-cockatoo, the glossies, smallest of the black-cockatoo family, they're a dullish browny black in appearance. When you see a glossy's feathers with sunlight hitting them, you will entirely understand why they're called a glossy black-cockatoo. They have the most beautiful glossy sheen, their feather quality. But if you're just looking at a bird in a tree, it's kind of a browny black colour. However, the males and the females do differ in appearance. It's probably easier to help you with the female ID. Female glossy black-cockatoos have very distinct yellow facial feather markings. It's different from a yellow-tailed black-cockatoo. Yellow-tailed black-cockatoo male and females have one yellow spot on each cheek, each side of their face. Female glossies have random yellow feather markings, and they're each quite different, so different and individual that you can identify a female glossy black-cockatoo by her distinct yellow facial markings. They're as individual as a human fingerprint for the purposes of ID, so that's pretty cool. Adult male glossy black-cockatoos don't have yellow on their face. Juvenile birds still have some yellow, whether they're male or female. Males will lose their yellow as they become adult males, and females will hold on to their yellow markings. The important thing with glossies is to also identify their tail panels. Adult male glossy black-cockatoos have full red in their tail panels. It's stunning. It's a really striking visual key. Female glossy black-cockatoos will have red in their tails with some horizontal black barring, and there can also be a beautiful little mix of like a sunset coloration, red, orange, yellow in there. But adult female birds will have red tail panels with horizontal markings. The juvenile birds will have more of a mix of that lovely sunset coloration with horizontal bars as well. One other helpful piece of information for people in their correct species ID is listening out for glossy calls. Their vocalisation is different to a yellow-tailed black-cockatoo and a red-tailed black-cockatoo. Glossy calls, they're a little bit harsher, shorter. When you compare them to a yellow-tailed black-cockatoo call, which is really long and undulating and a little bit mournful and wailing in quality, glossy calls are shorter and harsher. Another point to make is that glossies are a little bit more inconspicuous than yellow-tailed black-cockatoos. They will often fly a little bit more under the radar. They won't necessarily announce themselves, whereas yellowtails can't help themselves. Yellowtails often hang out in rather large flocks. That's another point of difference, whereas glossy black-cockatoos, they hang in pairs, trios, or small groups of sometimes 5 to 7 little family groups, but they don't hang out in 20s plus numbers like the yellowtails do. So that's another helpful way of making sure you're correctly IDing a glossy as opposed to a different black-cockatoo. Being involved in glossy black-cockatoo conservation can be challenging at times because glossies are often really hard to find and track down through the landscape. But they are the most incredible birds once you have had the opportunity to spend time with them, and this is actually possible. They're also known as the friendliest of the black-cockatoos. If you don't create a disturbance and you're there just calmly and quietly, you can often sit for a very long time under feeding glossy black-cockatoos, and it really is one of the most magical things. Observing them just brings me a lot of joy.